Hammers. Let's talk about hammers. When I say the word hammer, this is probably what comes to mind. And that would be right. This is called a claw hammer because it has a claw. And this claw is used for pulling up nails and boards and stuff like that. This is a claw hammer. The main purpose of a hammer is to drive nails. And so we've got the head of the hammer, and that's what you pound the nails in. The claw is what is used to remove nails. It works like a lever and claw hammer. But there are many, many other types of hammers. Here's another claw hammer. It's a smaller size, so obviously you want to choose the right tool for the right job. If you're going to drive smaller nails, then we'll use a smaller claw hammer. This is called a ball-peen hammer. And this hammer, there's the ball. This hammer is used for bending and shaping metal. So the whole purpose for this hammer is not to drive nails, but to bend and shape and peen metal, a ball-peen hammer. This is a very interesting hammer. This is a masonry hammer. So this is used for breaking bricks and cement and other types of masonry work, a masonry hammer. Looks a little bit different than your typical claw hammer. This is a specialty hammer. It's called a chipping hammer. And this hammer is used to chip and break away slag from welds, whether if you're doing stick welding, which is called shielded metal arc welding. One of the byproducts is slag, so you use a chipping hammer to chip away the slag from the weld area. In addition to hammers, we have mallets, okay? So this is considered a 5-pound mallet, and this is used for pounding posts into the ground. It can also be used for demolition work. So this is what we call a 5-pound mallet. And then we've got the 5-pound mallet's big brother, the sledgehammer. I wanna be your sledgehammer. Sounds like I've heard that before. So this is used for, again, pounding mallets, pounding stakes, but also demolition work, sledgehammer. And we can move into the mallet family. So I've got what's called a rubber mallet. And so this is used for bending and applying force without destroying the surface of an object, okay? So let's say I'm trying to join two pieces of wood together. The joint is tight and I need to, apply a little bit of pressure. If I took a regular claw hammer and I started beating on that wood, it's going to create dings and scars, and it's going to mess up the wood. But if I hit it with this rubber mallet, the surface, the edge of that wood is going to be intact. So we've got a rubber mallet. We have various other types of mallets, and they're all coated with some sort of rubber, and they're for, specialty purposes. This mallet right here is like all completely rubber. This mallet has metal inserts that are surrounded by rubber, so it gives you a little bit more striking force in there. So this is the hammer family. Now, let's go back to driving nails, and let's say, I'm driving a nail and I want to get into the surface of the wood, but I don't want to ding or mess up the wood. I want the nail head to be flush, but I don't want, to miss and maybe cause a mark in the surface of my wood. That's where I would use what's called a nail set. And a nail set is used in conjunction with a hammer. This is a nail set. And notice it's got a flat end. And what I do is I put that flat end on the head of the nail and I hit it with a hammer. And that way I can drive the nail flush with the surface of the wood without dinging up the wood with a hammer. So the nail set works in conjunction with a hammer. We also have something called a punch. And a punch is, used, we're going to use this ball peen hammer. And the punch has got a little point on the end. And so if I want to make a little divot in a piece of metal, then I will use the pointed punch. I'll use the nail punch as opposed to the nail set. And that's our hammer family. Now let's talk about demolition, destruction. We got tools for that. This right here is called a wrecking bar. A wrecking bar. Now the wrecking bar has a nice beveled end here that's like a wedge that can get in tight places, and then we've got a claw where you can take out nails, and then we can also wedge into places. This tool acts like a lever, a first-class lever, so we can put a little load on there and pivot it on a little effort, and we've got the wrecking bar. They might call this a crowbar. This comes in different sizes. Okay, so we've got another smaller wrecking bar. This one right here is called a flat bar, but it has the same principle. It's got a curved end that'll grab onto nails, and it's got a flatter end. And we've got an even smaller version. They call this a cat's paw, and this one's specifically designed for trying to remove nails and pieces of metal that are stuck in wood. And so we've got the wrecking bars.